All right. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. I am your host, the romantic funny man, Shawn Cornelius, sitting in on another wonderful night. Glad to be here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I got a fantastic guest tonight. And as I always say that I do, I have fantastic guests. But before I get into that, I want to thank you guys for watching and supporting the show. I want you to continue to do that each and every Monday night and on other outlets that we have this thing rocking and rolling. So you guys know exactly what to do. I appreciate everyone that watches on our social media and on BronxNet TV. So my guest tonight, wow, uh, fellow actor, my 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 program director likes to call him a fashion guru, the fashion guru. So that's two things. This man, before he got into everything with the entertainment stuff, as I looked up and did some research, was actually doing a real job. What they say, real work, real jobs. They don't consider the industry, acting and all that stuff, a real job or being a comedian or a musician. At least that's what the old school people say, you know. But he had a real job, and then he came into what he is doing now, and he's doing it really well. I didn't really know we have a lot of people in common. This entertainment game, it's a big but small family. Around the country, so it's great to know that we all have some of the same folks, uh, talented folks, I might add, who do a lot of great things. So it's going to be nice talking to him. He's a very humble brother, and you're going to get to know him. And I see him actually in the back down there. So I had to have my voice. Did you hear me? Double and tripling. That's technology working. So I like live stuff. So it's a couple of minutes after the hour. And I'm not even going to hesitate, going to bring him in because time goes so fast. And I think this is going to be an awesome show as well. So, businessman, entrepreneur, fashion guru, actor. And I'm sure he writes and does some other things that he didn't put down there. But we're going to find out about it. Please welcome to the show, Brother Charles Massey. Good evening, sir.
Hey, good evening, brother Shawn. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm blessed, man. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. I appreciate you having me on tonight.
Oh man, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. This is, again, it's always cool for me to sit down with people that do kind of like the same thing I do and get
Okay.
their perspective on things and listen to their stories of how they became to what they are now. And you're one of those cats, man, that I didn't know or haven't known for a long time. But what I do know about you is just awesome and fantastic. I want to say what's up to producer Smoke and program director Denise out there who helped me put this thing together nightly. So
Okay.
let's give them a good show because they're watching and they want to
Right.
be entertained. And I know you got a lot of people that again that we all know
Yeah, we have a
that
lot of people in common.
mutual friends. One of them was on this show, Stax Cordero. She
Yes,
was on this show earlier, so like I'm sure she's out there watching and checking
no
things
doubt.
out. So let's get into Charles Massey, man. I know from what I read about you, you are a New Yorker. You're a Harlem dude.
Harlem, born and raised on Harlem, Edgecombe Avenue.
Edgecombe. So tell the people a little bit about your humble beginnings,
Mhm.
who you are, and then we'll get into what you started doing as far as business and how you ran into this entertainment thing.
Sure. So, like I said, born and raised in Harlem. Grew up wanting to be an entrepreneur. Raised by a great grandmother and whatnot. Mother was definitely in the picture and she's a great woman, but grandma instilled that, what it takes to survive in this world type of thing. So growing up, had limited amount of friends. Was always into creativity. I used to go to the art carnival. I don't know if you guys know about that, which was on right behind Hamilton Place on
Right.
151st.
Yes.
I used
Yes.
to go there, do a little bit of writing, tried a little bit of acting. That was all early, like preteen stuff. So grew up, went to George Washington High School, graduated from George Washington. Never fulfilled my college degree. So I did business school for 2 years. And then I went to a couple of colleges, never finished because corporate America came calling, excuse me.
Hmm.
So first job out of all of that was American Express. Now, who would turn that down at that time? You're 19, 20 years old.
Right.
You get offered a job at American Express, or do you want to finish college?
I'll go with the job. I mean, I'll go there. Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, that American Express card back in the days, man, that was it.
Yeah, you probably would have man then with that.
Yes, I thought I was. Got that first check, took grandma, moms, everybody to dinner. And, you know, then from there, things just kept on rolling, man. Corporate America, almost 30 years.
Right. So while you were doing corporate America, because you did mention that you had the little acting bug early anyway.
Yes.
Was it as strong as your desire to continue to make that money and have the foundation with corporate America, or was it just kind of like, all right, well, I'll do, because eventually you got out of it, but we'll get to that. So How long were you really actually in corporate America before you decided to jump?
After the first 20, close to 25, you know, I was still doing things in between, but to make the jump, I thought about it during that period, 20 to 25 years, because you can be replaced at any time. You know, nobody's irreplaceable. I don't care who you are, from the CEO to the mailman. You know, it doesn't make a difference. And I started seeing that with the people that were getting laid off, let go. And I actually went through 3 mergers, you know, within that almost 30-year period at the same company. So we're talking about the same company almost 30 years. But before that, I still had an additional 6 years in corporate America. So almost 40 years. Oh,
wow. Okay, cool. And then you slid in, because I'm going in chronological order of of some of the things that I found out about you. You got into radio.
Actually, it was a magazine called Dipstick.
Dipstick magazine, right?
Yeah. So Dipstick came along at a time, man, where I wasn't even thinking about doing anything like that. And a gentleman approached me about doing a red carpet interview at the Urban World Film Festival, you know, some years back. So first time on the red carpet interviewing anybody, and I get the cast of Muslim. So here comes Nia Long.
Yeah, nice.
You know, of course, we were all in love with her back then.
Still.
You still in love?
It's a secret. Don't tell nobody.
I won't. Shout out to you, dear. So Nia Long, Diana Ross's son, Evan, Robert Gouvernay Smith, it was, you know, Danny Glover. It was a great cast. And then Kid Capri was also there because he had a movie out.
Right. Yeah. Now, where did the Initiative Radio come in at?
Initiative Radio was Angela McKenzie, and give her a shout out back then. She approached me about doing an event in which every year she gives out an award. So those couple of years, we gave out awards to Uncle Ralph McDaniel.
Yes.
And Astro Kid when he was tiny whiny, you know, little guy, you know, the Astro Kid who's now Astro and a grown man.
Right. So here we go now, radio on the red carpet, doing the Dipstick thing and interviewing all these stars, celebs. Is that when you decided to start really getting in more involved with entertainment? Yes.
Yeah, at that time I definitely did, because I was going to a lot of events, like celebrity events with my boy Will Stiles, who was one of the big guys over at Dipstick, and he's still doing this thing right now. And we went to every event that you can name, man. Like the one that really sticks out was we went to Webster Hall, and it was during the week. It might have been a Wednesday night, and I'm still in corporate America, so I'm juggling all of this stuff. So here I am. I have to be to work at 8:30, 9 o'clock. And here it is at 10 o'clock. We're at Webster Hall. So Snoop was supposed to be there that night. So we're waiting around and we're sitting around and everybody's having a great time except me, because I'm like, I got to get up tomorrow. When is he coming? So at 2:15, 2:30, here comes Snoop. And all you see is a puff of smoke.
Of course.
You know, smoke everywhere. The performance was fire, though.
I bet.
You know, Flex DJ that night. So we got out of there like 4:30 and I had to get up at 7 o'clock to go to work. So that was a memorable night, but we had a dope time.
That was cool, man. Because you've involved yourself with a lot of things. And again, like I said, I'm going a little bit, we can jump around back and forth. There's a book involved in your life. Tell me about the book.
Yes. So Darryl Russell Grigsby, who's a baseball historian, decided to approach me, and we talked about baseball because I'm a baseball lover. Baseball is my number one sport. You know, basketball, football is beautiful, but baseball is always my first love.
Right.
So after the conversation we had for a couple of weeks, he decided to include me in the book. So it's called Celebrating Ourselves, which is about African-American players.
Right.
And my idol and favorite player is Jackie Robinson.
Of course.
So once we started talking about him and, his achievements, on the field and outside of the field, he said, Brother Charles, I'm going to write a little piece and put you in a chapter. So he included me in the book, man, which I thought was amazing for somebody who really didn't know me that long,
Right.
But we just connected, man.
So let me ask you, your favorite sport obviously is baseball. Did you play baseball ever?
Yeah, I played baseball growing up.
What level did you get to?
Baseball, Central Park League. Believe it or not, in my high school, George Washington was always like a top 10, top 20 team nationwide for years. And we had players come through there. I don't know if you, Manny Ramirez, yeah. Alex Arias, and these guys.
Yes.
And I was intimidated, Shawn, about going out for the team, man, because these brothers were so good.
Okay.
I was scared to death to try out for my own high school team. So I stayed playing locally, Central Park. And then up to maybe like 20 years, I did the Fast Pitch Softball League down at Lenox Avenue, 145th Street.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
We definitely have something in common because I played baseball in college.
Oh.
Yeah, I played baseball. I wanted to pitch, but my college coach was like, "Nah, you just want to be throwing the balls at people." I'm like, "Nah." So he put me out there in the outfield. So I played left field, left and center field, man.
My brother, that's me, left and center.
Yeah. So
I like right also, but left and center were my things.
Yeah, to me, left and center was more active.
Yep.
You stayed there. That's a great, man. So okay, you got the sports thing down, the baseball thing, obviously
right.
the book, and really quick on that. Was that kind of connected to a lot of the players in the Negro leagues or the major league players? It's more Negro league players, right?
It was both. Okay. A lot of the Negro league players, but a lot of the modern day players back then. So we're talking about like Jim Rice. Yes. I'm a big Ken Griffey Jr. guy.
Okay.
As well. So those kind of players, yeah.
So then, if you're into baseball like that, then you know what the major leagues what they've recently just done about
after 100,000 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, not 100,000.
100,000 years. They finally gonna recognize the numbers and the players from the Negro leagues. Yeah. After all this time.
Yes.
So people say there's change. Look, there's a pebble every, like you said, 100,000 years, but at least those cats will be recognized. Great players. Absolutely. Great players that came from the Negro leagues that jumped into the majors. Obviously, Jackie Robinson and others who made the game a little bit more competitive for all of the white players.
Absolutely.
And then, so that's it happened. Yep. So you got to take it for what it is on whatever level, right?
Yep, and Josh Gibson probably would have been the home run leader, to tell you the truth.
Right. So that's awesome. All right, man. So you did those kind of things, but I also saw that you were affiliated with a lot of organizations. The James Brown Foundation, the Dr. Oz Health Corps. Talk about some of those things that you were in and what they meant to you.
Okay. Philanthropy is big for me. I like being involved in things that have meaning. So with Dr. Oz, I know it was a volunteer situation, but that's not how I approached it. So when I went in, it was more or less to work with the celebrities that would come in and, make sure that they were seated at their correct tables, ask them, whatever it is that they may need and whatnot, and just have like candid conversations with them. And they liked me so much, they kept me on, for the past 4 years. And, this is the first year last year, 2020, because of the pandemic, that we weren't able to do so. But it was just great, being around those kind of people and picking their brains on how they got to the levels they are, because, there's a lot of celebrities attending those events.
Right. One of your organizations, it worked and helped out the homeless, feeding people, clothing the homeless folks.
Yes.
And that's always like a great thing to do. So did you do this in Harlem? Did you do it all over New York or that kind of level?
That was actually a group of friends of mine. We got together and did that basically through donations. So we would ask for donations or just out of pocket, and we would set up camp at near a train station or somewhere local in every borough, and just hand out clothing, or if somebody needed some food, they were welcome to the food that we had. So so that was on all 5 boroughs. Right,
that was because we care. Right?
Yes, because we care. Yep. And they've been able to do some really big things, since then. So shout out to them.
Well, I definitely commend you on that, man. And that's, again, the world is not, it's not where it's supposed to be or should be. So when you have people who give back, so thank you so much for what you did and are continuously doing for those folks.
Thank you, brother.
Folks. Yeah. Let's move to 2019.
Okay.
2019, I think you jumped full force into your acting game.
I did.
You started doing projects, and you met a gentleman that eventually will be sitting where you are. Well, not there, but somewhere. And a brother by the name of Jermaine Smith.
No doubt. Everyday Jay.
Yes. And you started working. What was the very first project you did as an actor?
So the first project I did as an actor, I did some TV background stuff, but Jay actually gave me a role in a music video that he was working on. So I play like the boyfriend of a woman, and we're like arguing in the video, but it's silent. So there's no sound, but all you see us doing is going back and forth, and you know.
So wait, you had lines, but you didn't have lines.
Right. On my reel, I have lines, but in the video, it's one of those.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Good deal. Well, no, that's awesome, man. So, and obviously, since then, you started doing some more things. What is it about the industry, man? The entertainment industry that really does it for you? What, like you talked about earlier when you thought about it younger.
Right.
But what is it that kept your focus on it? Like you wanted to do it, Because I
always wanted to tap in there, but it was timing had something to do with it as well. But it's just that in 2019, 2018, I started feeling it a lot more. And what happened was there was another light bulb that went off. I did a film in Philadelphia called The Broad Street Bully with these guys back in like 2013 or so. And I don't think the project was ever finished. They got really close, but, due to budgeting and whatever else may have happened, it was never completed. So I played a news reporter in that. And it came back a couple of times because, in your timeline, it comes back every year and whatnot, if you might have taken some pictures or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And actually, Rodney Perry was supposed to be in the movie as well.
Oh, really? Comedian Rodney Perry?
Yeah, he was the star, Rodney Perry. So it came back up. And then I was like, you know what? Next year, there's no way I'm not going to at least try. So that's why I went full throttle with it and whatnot. You don't want to say that, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Right.
And I didn't want to have one of those moments. I'm 95 years old, so it's now or never.
Brother, let me tell you something. They say black don't crack, but if you're 95, you're doing real good. Let me sip your water, whatever you got in your place.
I got the great juice right here, bro. You're welcome.
I'm feeling it. So now let me ask you, when you started doing it, I'm a theater major. I went to school.
Okay.
So did you decide to do any classes or take courses, or was it just feeling like a la natural doing it?
In the beginning, yeah, it was natural. Along the way, I've taken some workshops. I haven't taken any classes, so to speak. I wanted to earlier this year, but then last year, and the pandemic hit. So you don't want to really be in front of somebody knowing with this virus and whatnot. But I've done a lot of Zoom stuff. Zoom is my middle name.
Right.
Charles Zoom Massey.
You should have put it up there on the screen, brother.
I should. I could change it right now. But Zoom became like a best friend. Did a lot of workshops, with some good friends, fellow actors. David Rucker Jr. David Rucker III, who's down in Atlanta.
Okay.
Jeffrey Blake, who's actually in The Godfather of Harlem. Okay. He has some amazing workshop he does on a weekly basis. And then like on Friday nights, he has a lot of his celebrity friends. So a lot of A and B list actors, come on there and they give us tips and we just have conversations and whatnot. So those are the kind of people that, you want to be involved with when you're doing this kind of thing. Right.
And you're learning on the fly because you still, like even myself, now, even though I went to school to learn some things, you still, when you're getting on the sets and doing things, you still learn things. So you're basically kind of like School of Hard Knocks learning. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the best as well. The schooling can teach you technical stuff and book stuff, but when you get out there in the field and do it, that's the real learning.
Right. You know what? I even took a workshop with J.D. Lawrence. You kind of remind me of him, like a cross between J.D. Lawrence and Cedric the Entertainer.
I get the Cedric the Entertainer, but I never heard of J.D. Lawrence. I'll take it though. I'll take it. It's all positivity. So let's talk about this film, a Jermaine Smith film, The Needs.
Okay.
And that's an awesome production.
Mm-hmm.
Give shouts out to him and everybody that was a part of that.
Everyday J.
Purnell Holloway,
Yes.
yes.
Brother
Stax
Cornell.
Cordero,
That's right.
Cotton Candy.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a few the connections that we all know, mutual friends. And you got nominated.
Yeah. So in the Las Vegas, I forgot the last name of it, but the Las Vegas Awards had actually nominated me for Best Actor for my role as Billups, Mr. Billups in The Needs last year. But because of the pandemic, the award show, of course, never took place. It was supposed to be in August.
Well, congratulations on the nomination.
Well, thank you.
Obviously, when people recognize your work like that, regardless if you win or not, that's a special thing. That's saying something.
It is.
One of my friends told me recently, not too long ago, they were Grammy winners, but when they got the Grammy nomination, that's connected to their name forever. If they would have lost, Grammy nominated, and that takes your stock up right there.
Yes, your check changes. That's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, so congratulations on it, man. So that's cool. Now, what I wanted to say or ask you, basically, because that's all I was saying in the beginning in my welcome and my warm up. Do you write? Do you do anything behind the scenes that you want to expand on?
I believe I'm definitely capable of it. I haven't. I did a little something, was dabbling last year, but I haven't completed anything. But I definitely think I have the capability to do so. I used to do it when I was young. Like I said, when I went to the art carnival, we actually wrote a script. And the script, if I'm correct, may have been around like 40, 50 pages. So you're talking about a bunch of 10, 11-year-olds. And then we acted it out. So it's somewhere deep down in there. I just got to dig it out.
Okay. Because I know sometimes when, it's not just me, because I know quite a few people who have either they're behind the scenes first and they want to jump out front, or they're out front, they want to jump behind. Well, they do a lot of a combination of all of it.
Right.
And like I said earlier when we're talking, I don't mind doing all of it, but I'm learning as we did our film, it's a lot. And this is nothing bad about race, but when you're a Black director, you're everything. Or writer, you're a producer, you're the cameraman, you're the light dude, you're the sound person, you're the first lead in it, you're the person, you're everybody, you're production assistant. So it's a little, especially when you're on a set, you kind of get that little bug of doing kind of like everything. What's a job, if you didn't do the acting, that you would like to do? If you had a wish, like, wow, boom, yeah, give me that skill.
Wow, that's a good one. Let me see. If it wasn't for acting right now,
within the filmmaking side of it.
Oh, within?
Yeah, within the filmmaking side.
Definitely director. Okay. I would love to know what that's like, to be a director. And it's not because I'm trying to be bossy and push people around or anything like that, but I'd like to know what it feels like to be on set like that.
Yeah,
you're in control of everything.
Yeah, you take the good, the bad, and the ugly with that one, though. I can tell you that from experience. So it's a gratifying feeling.
Okay.
There's a little bit of control stuff because you have to be in control.
Yeah.
So all right. So you said that like you covered yourself. It's like it's not a control thing, but it's probably a little control thing. That's awesome, man. So do you have any advice that you would give your up and coming, anybody that's watching now that's up and coming, to whether it's the business, or as you jumped into the entertainment side, the film stuff?
I would say it's never too late to try anything. I would say like 5 or 6 years ago, while I was thinking about it, I didn't necessarily know that it was something that I was going to do. And at the same time, it came at a great time for me because starting in 2019, that was the jumpstart to basically my second career, because in May of that year, after my third merger with that previous company, I was let go. So I had some other entrepreneurial things, in the mix, but acting, I had actually put that first.
Right.
So I was ready for the jumpstart.
All right, and let's jump into one more thing, man, because it's not just I guess your Fortune 500 experience got you into the entrepreneurial thing.
Right.
Talk about the footwear. that you got going on? You know, talk about CMASS Footwear.
Okay, so actually right now, the footwear line has 4. You know, just came out with a woman's shoe, and that came about just dabbling around on a link, and I created a shoe which was actually unisex. It was a tennis shoe, so it's in the colors of like the Pittsburgh Steelers, like white, black, and yellow. But
Excuse me.
Wasn't meant for the Steelers.
Excuse me, that's blasphemy. Do not call that name of that team on this show.
After that shellacking.
I'm happy about that, but I just don't do that again. Go ahead. Just your business. Go back to it.
Oh man. So that was the first shoe. So I called that one the CMASS 6. Then I just got, creative with it. So the next shoe I created was more of a camouflage. So that's my Harlem camouflage. So that's a camouflage shoe. And then my third shoe is actually more of on a fashion tip. You know, it's one of those things, you go to a fashion show, maybe you can wear it with some jeans, blazer, or whatever it is, or have somebody wear it in the show. Yeah.
Right. Well, we definitely got a link because I want to support. And when I say support, I don't mean give me anything free. Sometimes people, they will be like, yo, I'm going to support you, brother, out there in the show. No, free pair. You ain't got no free ones you can get away?
Right.
Lean to the left you want to get rid of?
At least give me $50.
I got to work with you. I'm definitely going to work with you on that, brother. Yeah, and let's talk about, because I'm going to take a break in about 3 minutes. So I want to get in these things. The David Ford collab or connection that you had with the eyewear?
David Ford, he's a celebrity eyewear designer. So David's a New York cat from Brooklyn, but he resides in Cleveland. So he's happy about that victory the other night too. But Dave and I spoke a little bit before 2019 also about me being like his New York affiliate, for his eyewear line. So all the celebrities wear David's eyewear, man. They are just hot to death. And although he does have some apparel that he actually has right now, also his eyewear is on point, man. Second to none. And you're talking about a black eyewear designer. How many can you name?
David Ford. That's it, bro. That's all I know.
That's all, folks.
Okay. Well, definitely want to make sure that we support, and we'll you and I'll talk. After the show and see whatever we can do to make some things happen, because that's what it is. Now, present project before we jump into the break. Traffic Cop.
Traffic Lane.
Lane. I'm sorry. Traffic Lane.
Traffic Lane is Jermaine's baby. But actually, before that, this Friday, we have one coming out, Jermaine's also, which Stax actually directed. It's called Murder at the Hands. So we're having like a red carpet YouTube Friday night at 9. So y'all could tune in there on YouTube. Everyday J, the brand. So I play the landlord. Okay, cool. Hopefully the people that are watching are getting it now, because by the time this probably airs, it would probably have been done already. But okay, that's a good deal. That's a good deal. So Traffic Lane, I'm sorry. Traffic Lane is Jermaine's baby also. So I play the bad guy along with my boy Steve Strickland. So we're the bad guys in there and whatnot. So Capone is the lead in that one. He's actually a traffic cop with 2 bad feet. So that's all you need to know. I know how funny Capone is and whatnot. Yes. He's one of the New York Kings. No doubt. So he bought it. Okay, good deal. A lot of stuff going down. A lot of stuff going on, man. I got Godfather Harlem next week too. That's what I was going to ask about, because I watched the whole first season. Yeah. I binged on it, and I've been looking. I actually know a couple of actors that are in it. Okay. And so I'm getting prepared for that. So looking forward to that. Now, what was your participation in that? So next week, I'll be filming. I'm playing a bartender. Okay. Is it gonna be like this guy? Is it gonna be like the video where you have lines, but you don't have lines, or do you have lines? I'll be able to tell you next week. If I throw a drink at somebody or whatever it is or whatnot, I'll be the bartender. You're gonna make yourself have some kind of something that you'll be noticed or recognizable. Gotta leave a memory.
All right, listen, if they need somebody to take, like, the cat that goes down and gets the box of beer or the big
Oh
cart,
yeah, absolutely.
let
Yeah.
me know, because my shoulders, everything. I've been working out a little bit during this pandemic.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it, but
Yep, I see it.
I can carry them boxes.
Vodka. There you go, right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I usually don't pitch for stuff, but if my mom used to tell me, a closed mouth don't get fed.
That's the truth.
You work it out. So listen, man, this has been a great first half. We're going to take a short break, and I don't want you to leave because most people get a little nervous with the second half of the show. You've seen the show.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready to go into the love zone. Put you on the love seat.
Okay. All right, let me go get my red shirt. Okay.
Whatever you need to do, get ready to take a break. But just make sure you come back, because I don't want no dead space when we come back. There ain't nothing there. So you guys hang out. We'll be back with more Charles Massey on After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. Just sit right there.
Yes, I did it. And I did it over and over and over again.
The bad part was I had to steal to get what I wanted, to satisfy my wants, my needs, and my desires.
I mean, everything seemed so good and perfect. Until...
But none of that mattered, because I wanted what I wanted when I wanted it. And what I wanted was...
I know. Stress, no sleep, overeating, over drinking, sex partner after sex partner with no protection. I mean, but I felt like you failed me at times. My confession?
My confession?
My confession is...
My confession?
Thank you for listening.
All right. We are back. You still there, brother? Good deal.
Yes, sir. I'm here. I ain't running.
All right, cool, man. Well, we're back here in on the After Dark with the Shawn Cornelius show with my special guest, actor and fashion guru and all these things, Charles Massey. And we're gonna put him inside the love zone right now. We're gonna put him on the love seat and see how he fares, because he's been doing great already. You know, so yeah, it's gonna be easy, I believe, for you, man. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. All right. So let's get it going, man. First question. What is your definition of love, and why is it important to you?
Let's see. It definitely is important. I would say it's more or less like when your soul kind of taps you and lets you know that, you know, you're in sync with that other person. You know, that's love. You know, I mean, it's hard to put it any other way. You know, you're both on the same page and you're going the same places. That's love.
Okay. And why did you say it was important to you?
Love is important.
Yeah. Why is it important to you?
Because we all need it. We all need it, whether it be family love, love from another person, your partner, whatever it is. Love is necessary, bro.
I feel you. All right. What is your definition of romance, and why is that important to you?
Romance, spending quality time together. Whether it be sitting down, having dinner, having great conversation, talking about your day, you know, maybe a movie, maybe a back rub, a little massage or something like that. Still trying to get to know each other, no matter how long you've been together. You know, it's romance. You know, you're looking into each other's eyes and you're talking. Don't have to be that googly stuff or whatever it is, but it's just a feeling that you have.
Right. And why is that important? I'm smiling and giggling because you said you might be googly. I never heard of googly, but I know what you mean. Why is that important to you?
Romance, because I think it's more or less like for the day-to-day, man. It just helps everything. You know, you're doing the least little thing. It doesn't have to be anything big, you know. I bought your towel when you came out the shower. You know, here your slippers or whatever it is and whatnot. You want some of my popcorn? You know, it can be a something that small.
Right, right. Cool. Take that. I like that. All right.
Yeah.
So the way you explained it was wonderful. I'm sure everybody appreciates that. So since you said it that way, on a scale of 1 to 10, where is Charles Massey on the romance scale? Where would you put yourself?
Good question. I would say about an 8. You know, I think I'm romantic, but I'm not going to put myself in, say, a 10 and try to blow everybody out the water. But I would give myself an 8.
Let me tell you something. For the people that I've had on this show, you saying a 10 would not blow anybody out the water. I had somebody say 200. I had somebody say 150.
200.
Yeah, I've heard people say there is no scale for me. So you're all right. Very humble.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm humble. I'm gonna keep it 8 because I can still get to a 10. How
There
about
you
that?
go. That's cool. All right.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. This is a new question, man, that I'm starting tonight just for you. I want you to think about it. And what do you think the 5 most beautiful things are in the world? The 5 most beautiful things in the world. To you, of course.
To me, 5 most beautiful things.
Yeah.
Air is beautiful.
Okay.
Sight is beautiful. These are things that we need on a daily basis. The ability to get up, God wakes us up, and the ability to see. You know, women,
Okay.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
When you're on vacation, touristy stuff,
Okay.
maybe. And wow, you threw me under the bus on this
Sorry,
one.
brother. I had to throw the curve at you.
And let's see. It's the ability to see another day.
Life, basically.
Life. Basically life. You're
That's,
right.
okay, I'm understanding that's life.
Mhm.
Yeah, see, that wasn't that hard. That wasn't that difficult.
You had me thinking there, but I like
Yeah,
that.
it takes a second. Okay,
does.
let's go back to an easy one.
Okay.
What are 3 things that attract you to a woman?
Let's see. Gotta have goals. That's a must because, you know, I consider myself a go-getter. So it may not be the same things, but you got to have something that you're really pushing for in life. You know, intelligence helps, you know, you got to be smart on some level and, you know, be attractive. Doesn't have to be drop dead gorgeous, anything like that, but, you know,
All right.
attractive.
Okay. Let's go to the other side. Let's go to the other side of it. What are 3 things that are not attractive about women or that just turn you off about women?
Being fake, so to speak, you know, trying to please people by being something that you're not. Foul mouth.
Okay.
You know, I know we're all not clean, but we don't need the every other word to be an F-bomb and, you know, S this and whatever.
All right.
That's a turn off. And also overdoing it, well, to me, overdoing it being sexy. Like you can be classy, dress the way you want to and whatnot, but you know, some people, it's just overbearing.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to have everything out. Leave something to the imagination.
Sure.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
I'm old school.
Old school. That's what I was gonna say. That's an old school
doubt.
thought process mentality.
Mhm.
You know, sometimes more is less.
Yes,
Sometimes.
I agree.
Yeah. Cool. We know that respect, honesty, and trust they're very important in a relationship.
Mhm.
Right now, for this show purpose, I want you to take one of those out and your relationship will still survive. Which one are you getting rid of? Out of respect, honesty, and trust.
Respect can't be removed. So it's gonna have to come down between honesty and trust. I'm gonna have to lean toward honesty. I don't want to.
Okay.
But that's of the 3, yeah.
I want to let people know, and those are good. That's a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to address, because certain people, they didn't understand what I was saying about the more is less.
Okay.
And when I say more is less, that means sometimes you can have on more clothing and it's just as sexy as opposed to having on less clothing.
Mm-hmm.
And me seeing everything. It's just the way sometimes people put their clothes on and the style of their clothes, which can make them just as sexy as being half naked.
Absolutely.
That was my point. That was my point. I think I had to clarify that.
You did a good job. You cleaned that up well, man.
Thank you very much. All right. If you could have dinner, a romantic dinner with anybody in the world, who would it be?
Romantic dinner with anybody in the world?
Anybody in the world.
Well, I'm not going to get myself beat up by anybody because the phone would be ringing from Savannah, Georgia if I didn't say my mother.
Okay, good. Good answer. Good choice.
Beat down would be coming and whatnot. So romantic dinner with my mother. Love you, Mom.
There you go. Oh, look at that. What a sweetheart of a son. That's going to get you a lot of points across the airwaves. Not just from Mom. You know what to say, bro. All right. Here's a fantasy for you. You're walking down the street and you kick a bottle. You kick a bottle out of your way. Out pops a genie. And because we know her, let's just say a Stax Cordero genie.
Okay.
Stax Cordero genie is a low budget genie. She only has one wish that she can give you for love. What would be your wish for love from your Stax Cordero genie?
My one wish. That it would be everlasting.
Good answer. That's a good answer. Yeah, that's a totally good answer.
I mean, we've all been in love at some point and whatnot, and definitely have. But we're here.
Everlasting love can be a beautiful love. At least you know you're in it forever.
No doubt.
Because I didn't give you another wish. That was the purpose. So you got to deal.
I noticed that.
You got to deal with all the stuff that comes with it, brother. But
I was gonna order me a big wheel, hot tracks, and some other stuff.
You got it forever. Nope, you got it. Fantastic. Okay. Today I hear a lot of women that are mature. I won't say older, but they're older. They're mature. It's actually, they're not complaints, but they're just conversations about men today. It seems like the younger generations, they got their own thing. What advice would you give a woman about dating a man today?
Would that be because of the age difference, or what do you mean by that?
I would say I'll kind of tighten it up for you because it is a lot of, I don't hear the younger women complain. I hear younger women complaining like older women. So it sounds like they hear it from older. Oh, chivalry. He don't open my door. He don't do this. He don't do that. Right. So what advice would you if you can generalize and give women across the board, what advice would you give them?
You get what you ask for, basically. I don't mind, because chivalry definitely isn't dead. So putting on, someone's coat, opening the car door and whatnot, if that's what you want, then look for that. Don't settle.
Right. Okay. Now let's go to the other side of it. What advice would you give men? Because there are older guys who don't get it either. The younger cats. So if you were in a position to tell a cat about, what would you say?
Just treat the woman like you would your mother. That's how you have to look at it. Would you curse your mother out? Would you put your hands on your mother? That's basically how you look at it. I've never had an instance where I had that kind of confrontation, with a woman and whatnot, because you have to have an understanding, and conversation and respect goes a long way. So don't do that if you don't want that done to your mother. Right. And that's a good one, because it's always mother first. Yeah, no doubt. It's always mom first. You get a lot of points tonight. Oh, really? I think you're trying to clean up really good because you did that dinner thing and then you got your mom. Okay, I'm hitting some threes tonight. You're hitting it up, brother. You're doing all right. Okay, all right, cool. Let's see. That was kind of smooth. Hey, I like to do new stuff and flip it around. Uh-oh. So yeah, you're okay. I think you're going to pass.
Okay. How do you know when you're in love, Charles?
How do I know when I'm in love?
How do you know when you're in love? What are some of the signs that you know for yourself you're in love? Yeah.
That's hard to tell because I'm not always an easy person to read, and I don't want to give away no secrets.
Okay, I feel you.
Love is love, man. I can't really say how would I know when I'm in love. I am, I just am.
Okay, so obviously you've been in love before.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. And it's a great thing.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with being in love. Nothing to be ashamed of at all, man.
No, it's not. And that's what that a lot of the guys have to understand, because we're raised a certain way as men, or the way men are supposed to be. And you're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to express your emotions on a certain level, and that's totally a bad thing. I was never taught that way. My mother. Well, I'm an only son, so but I had a stepdad in the house. But I think a lot of guys are kind of messed up a little bit because they were told that they have to be cavemen.
Macho.
You got to be macho all the time. You ain't supposed to cry. Yeah, that kind of thing. And then it makes you a little hardened to when you want to show some affection and some softness, emotional stuff. And I ain't talking going crazy, but you understand what I mean.
Not at all. Yeah. I totally get that.
Do you believe in love at first sight, and why? If you do, I don't. I mean, I'll explain, but I'd like to know if you believe in love at first sight.
I thought I did once a long time ago, and I was wrong on that. I can't say I honestly believe in love at first sight, but for some people, it does happen. The miracle stories where I met this person and they got married and had a family and they're still together and whatnot. That's kind of hard to decipher, but I did one time.
Yeah, I think if you're going with the literal question of seeing someone, I turn around and I see this beautiful woman.
Right.
Maybe I can fall in love with her physical appearance on some kind of level, but I can't be in love with her because I don't know her.
Exactly.
So when people ask that question, this is one of the reasons why I ask it, is because I just don't believe you can just fall in love with someone that you don't know from across the street. Correct. Again, if you break it down, she had her eyes, her legs, the hips was awesome. Because I love a physical, I'm a hip man, or I'm a leg man, I'm a this. But I don't know about really falling in love with someone at first sight.
Right.
Some people may, they may have a different answer. That's why I wanted to ask that question.
No, you hit the nail on the head. It's the physical appearance. That was the love. Right.
All right, that's awesome. I got a couple more things, and then we're gonna let you out because you're not sweating. I don't know if I see like beads at the top of the head.
I'm sweating a little bit, brother. Trust me. That's why I got this grape juice sitting next to me.
Well, go ahead, take a sip, take a pause, and then we're gonna get into some more, man. We're gonna get into a little bit more before we wrap it up because this is all right. This has been great. This has been awesome, man.
I'm having a good time, man.
Yeah. So when we talked about the scale of 1 to 10, you said you were 8. So let's jump back on that real quick. Give us an example that you can give us that would put you at an 8, that wouldn't put you at a 10 or put you at a 6. Something you've done that you can tell us that would put you at an 8 on that scale of romance.
An 8 of romance. Just doing little surprise things and whatnot. Don't have to ask, sometimes maybe some flowers, could be, just take that person out, we're going to have some dinner somewhere, meet me here, it's just little things and whatnot, because I'm not going to sit up and try to say I'm lavishing people and buying Rolls Royces and all that other kind of stuff, man. That's that fairy tale stuff. It's the little things. And trust me, women appreciate that more than we think.
Right. Good. I'm thinking, I'm looking, I know what I'm going to say. I just want to know if I want to ask you this question, then I think I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Do you think that people can change when they're in love? Like, have you ever heard, you don't want to change somebody, or I'm not trying to change you, or some people do try to change people when they get in relationships. But do you think love could kind of like change someone? Like if you're doing something and then they totally don't do it because they're in love, or is it just things that are in people that just do not go away? Maybe love is the shield, and then when they fall out of love, then here comes the old person.
Yeah, I think it can, but for the better, I would hope. If there's something maybe that you probably know yourself that you needed to stop doing or get rid of, and you love this person that much that you're willing to, chop that off, so to speak, then yeah, it can happen. I've done it.
Right.
I'm not going to lie. There's some things that I've done, and I know that I needed to change in order to make the relationship work. So, yeah, I believe it definitely can work for the better.
But when you say that, did it change you completely? Like, did you do it just for the relationship part because you thought, okay, this is what it is, and then the relationship was, let's say it was over. Did you go back to your other self, or there was something that you continued because you saw that it was probably good?
Yeah, it was. I continued because I know it probably was something that can affect them, the next possible relationship, that I can be in. And I've had that happen in relationships in the past also, like someone smoking and they decided that they wanted to stop, but they wouldn't. And you having that conversation with them, and next thing you know, they gave up smoking.
Yeah.
So it could be a positive influence on a person with that.
Right. Well, I definitely appreciate these answers, man, because again, along with trying to entertain and, make people laugh a little bit and enjoy, I always want to educate.
Yes.
And when I have someone else sitting across from me, that's why this is such a beautiful thing. And I appreciate, the blessings to be able to sit down with folks. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go with the final situation.
Okay.
I got a game that I play called Favorite Sevens. It's about time to do that with you.
Okay.
Basically, I'm just going to shout something out, and you're just going to tell me your favorite.
Okay.
All right. It may be 7. It may be a bonus something, but who knows? It might be 20. I call it favorite 7s, but who knows? Depending on your answers. All right. All right. Here we go. Charles Massey's favorite food.
Favorite food? Oh, steak, potatoes, corn.
Okay.
It's my favorite meal.
Okay. All right. Favorite meal. Favorite song all time. All time favorite song.
I actually don't have a favorite all-time song, believe it or not. But Luther Vandross was my dude back then. So anything Luther.
Okay. I'll take that. I'll accept that. Favorite movie.
Coolie High. I was ready for that.
Okay.
Coolie High.
I thought you was going to start singing. How do I? Okay. Favorite book you've ever read in your life?
The Autobiography of Malcolm X.
All right. Favorite vacation spot?
It's been a minute, but loved Puerto Rico. And a little while back, I would say Cayman Islands.
All right. All right. And I'll add again, I'm going to add a couple here and there because of exactly who you are. Favorite athlete?
Jackie Robinson.
I wanted to make sure because you said that earlier. I want to see how consistent he is. I do a little trickery, but I'm not good tonight. So,
Jackie still run circles around these dudes.
Yeah. Wonderful on that. Let's see. Favorite actress.
Tough. A big Halle Berry fan. Definitely. I know this is Jay would appreciate that. Viola Davis is a beast. There's some up and coming ones as well and whatnot. So yeah, I'll stick to that.
All right. So let's go with favorite TV show.
It was Sanford and Son and Good Times, neck and neck.
All right. So you didn't make me say favorite black TV show.
Right. Okay. I killed that with one stone, right?
There you go. You knock it out the box right there. All right. Favorite R&B group.
Favorite R&B group. It's tough, but I'm gonna have to go with New Edition.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of them out there, but I'm gonna go with New
Yeah,
Orleans.
yeah, man. This is cool.
Because you can break them up and make a concert. So
You definitely can, and that's what they do. You got you got a lot of
talent
artists.
there.
Okay. Let me see. Favorite basketball team?
I'm a Knicks fan for life. So Magic Johnson was my favorite player of all time, but I'm a Knicks fan.
Okay, and I don't know if you said it, but I know you love baseball. But who's your favorite baseball team?
Believe it or not, I love the Mets, but I was partial to the Red Sox because of Jim Rice and Fred Lynn.
Ooh, well, you don't really know what to say sometimes because New Yorkers don't like that stuff. You don't call the Steelers name on this show. You don't call the Red Sox, brother. I think it's going. We got to finish this one right now.
Yeah, I got to run out the studio after this.
Yeah, brother. Okay, favorite president?
Not the current. Barack.
All right. Let me see one more before I get to the meat and potatoes. Yeah, this has got to be a good one. So obviously I've gone past 7. This is the first time I've gone past 7. So I have to start naming this game favorites. And
that's it. Let's leave it at favorites.
Running a bunch of them out there. Okay. Let me see. This has got to be. It's going to be good. I got to have a good one though, because I got the last one is cool. So I got to think for a second. Favorite. All right. Since I'm saying favorite comedian.
Favorite comedian currently or of all?
Just it could be current, it could be past, present.
Woo. I mean, Kevin Hart is definitely killing it. And he needs to look at this so we can work together. But it's
hold on. Let me give you a close up and say his name again.
All right. Currently, it's Kevin Hart, and he needs to be watching this because we need to work together. But all time, it's the Harlem Nights, man. It's Eddie, Richard Pryor, and Red Fox.
Cool.
That's how it's running, just like that.
Yeah, man. All right, here's the last one.
Okay.
Favorite time of the day for love making? The 24-hour period.
There is no time. It is what it is at that time.
Okay, you don't have to convince me. I'm just you sound like it is no time, sir. Okay, let me just pull back a little, Charles. We cool, but you got a little abrasive just there.
You heard? Yeah.
Fantastic, man. And with that answer, Charles Massey, you are now off the love seat and out of the love zone. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you so much for coming and joining and hanging out with me. Nothing but success and blessings to you in your future, whatever it is, no matter what it is. And if you want to shout out one more thing, whether it's the book, whether it's your Facebook, whatever, I'm going to put some things up. But what's the name of the book again?
The name of the book was Celebrating Ourselves by Darrell Russell Grigsby. Okay, there you go. All right, and your Facebook? Charles Massey Facebook. Instagram, CMass Enterprise, and what? They're still doing Twitter. Go get a woman. Go get a woman. Go get a one. Oh, I was gonna be like, your mama ain't gonna like that one, brother. You gotta pull back. You gotta pull back on that one. All right, man. I appreciate you having me on, man. This has been a blast. Seriously. Hey, man. Listen, it's nothing but love, man. And we'll continue to talk. So be blessed. All right. Listen, y'all. Well, that's it. That's another episode of After Dark with Shawn Cornelius with my special guest Charles Massey. Make sure you catch him in whatever he has out. Make sure you go and follow him. And I want to thank everybody who supports on social media and supports on Broxnet and other channels where you can find After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. So as I always say in parting, please go with God in your heart. Have a peace of mind. Have a wonderful, wonderful tomorrow. And I don't care what you call it. You know what's going on. Please take care of yourselves and be safe. If you're not going to be safe for yourselves, be safe for me. Be safe for Brother Charles Massey. Cover up, hand sanitize, social distance. So this is Lula Mae and Cornelius' baby boy, Shawn Cornelius, saying good night and God bless you from After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. Catch you guys around the corner. Peace. Love you, Charles. Love you too, brother.